Here's a word from the wise. Do not pick on the quiet ones. Carrie White, a shy, friendless teenage girl who is sheltered by her domineering religious mother, unleashes her telekinetic powers after being humiliated by her classmates at her senior prom. Welcome back to Backtrack Cinema, guys. It's a safe place where we talk movies of the past and continue along with our theme of October 1970s horror. And we're doing Carrie here. Now, Carrie was released in 1976, directed by Brian De Palma and starring Sissy Spacek, Piper Laurie, Amy Irving, and William Katt. Carrie is a classic horror film that is elevated by extremely strong performances and beautiful cinematography. And I do get behind the story here. We do get behind Carrie White, played brilliantly by Sissy Spacek. Now, this movie's very much a slow burn, like a lot of these 70s horror films are. Very much a lot of them are a slow burn, which I like. Give me good characters, a slow burn really works. And one thing about 70s horror films that you will quickly find, as I've found out, is that every movie's different. Every single person made their own movie. There wasn't this, this movie was successful, so let's copy it and copy it and copy it. No. Everybody made their own movie, whether Ridley Scott with Alien, Black Christmas, Halloween, Carrie, The Omen, The Exorcist. Like, they're all their own movie. They're all unique. And this one has a very unique quality. I really like the almost glow it has to the whole film. Almost feels like a dream, especially that opening where everything's in slow mo and you see Carrie washing herself, and then she goes on her period, her first one, presumably because she doesn't know what's happening to her. She thinks she's dying because her mother never told her about this. And this is what sets this movie in motion. And, all these girls who made fun of her get in trouble. And then the coach takes out on all these girls, makes them do some, push-ups, and threatens to cancel the prom on them and all that. And this is where then it turns into a revenge thing where a character of Nancy Allen wants to get revenge on Carrie White at the prom. And that's where they do a prank that where the pig's blood pours all over her at the end. And we know what happens after that. Shit hits the fucking fan. But incredibly beautifully shot film. There were so many moments. It was this is like a piece of a painting. Like it's like a painting or a piece of artwork. And suddenly my wife noticed. So my wife's actually a photographer, like on the side and stuff. And she was saying, there's some shots in there that were this really beautiful in a demented way too. Like when Carrie's mother dies, just the way she dies, it looked like something out of a painting with the candles. She's got this smirk on her face when she's dead and everything. Just creepy stuff, man. Creepy stuff, but beautifully shot. Beautifully shot film. But the thing I really loved the most was all the scenes with Piper Laurie and Sissy Spacek, the mother and the daughter. And Piper Laurie, my God, she was so good in this film. I can't tell you how good she is. I mean, Sissy Spacek's really good in this, and they're good together, but Piper Laurie I just totally bought into this religious fanatic and how, man, domineering she was. And it's the way she changes her voice, it's her body language, the way she's talking, all the way she's conveying with her eyes. And you really see this character. You see the character, you know what I mean? And man, what a crazy bitch, man. What a crazy fucking woman, locking Carrie in the closet all the time, then calling her freaking the devil because she has these telekinetic powers and stuff like that. Man, just incredible performance, man.
Oh, Mama! Eve was weak. No! Eve was weak. No! Eve was weak. Say it. No, Mama! Say it. Eve was weak. Eve was weak.
That whole third act where she ends up trying to kill Carrie, and then, Carrie kills her mom with all the knives and everything. Just a great, great scene. And I love seeing other horror alumni in this, like, PJ Souls, wearing the red hat through the whole thing. We know her from Halloween and Stripes. And then we got, William Katt. And for this movie, I'm going, I know this fucking dude. I went, bang, House from 1986. That's him. And he just looks so different in this movie. But so I love seeing people like that in this movie. The real tragic character in this whole thing. I mean, obviously Carrie's is a tragic loss. She ends up getting killed at the end, everything. But it's the character of Sue, Amy Irving. It's real tragic with her because, she wanted to help Carrie. Like, you think she's actually setting Carrie up. And I like that little twist Brian De Palma does. You think she's setting up, gets her boyfriend to ask her to the prom and, just do something good for Carrie to make her feel good. They win prom king and queen. And then it's when you see Sue see that there's blood above and she actually tries to stop it. She was never in on it, where you thought she was in on it, man. I just love that. I just love how Brian De Palma sucked you in. And she was really this tragic character who lost everything. And we presume that she goes freaking crazy, right? At the end with that great jump scare too. I mean, I could imagine back in the day, that jump scare just being freaking everyone jumping in their seats. So well crafted, this movie. And Sissy Spacek, I mean, what else is to be said about her? She just had the look, the acting chops, and just her arc. The more this movie goes on, you see her coming out of her shell, talking more. You get to see who this person is, or the person she would like to be, if it wasn't for her domineering mother. And just, the soft-spoken, sweet, sweet young lady. And it's just terrible what happens to her. And as soon as that blood hits her at the prom, eyes, man, you see why she was cast and how she conveys this with her eyes, where she has no more control. All that anger of people picking on her and all those emotions just come to the surface and she can't control it anymore. And man, where she just closes the doors with her eyes and she's spraying everyone with the water hose, place is set on fire, and just the way she walks and cocks her head, just creepy as hell, man. Just such iconic. How could you not put this on one of your greatest scenes in horror, man? And just a lot of things about, growing up and, bullying people and picking on people who are, different than you are, and how that you have to live with that kind of stuff the rest of your life, as with Sue. You know what I mean? Because in the beginning, she did do it. The score is great. The score is very dramatic when it wants to be, and very somber when it wants to be, and tapping into Psycho, Bernard Herrmann. And I think they wanted Bernard Herrmann to actually score this, but I think he died before they went into production of this film. So fantastic score though, man. I was really like, this music is really conveying the emotion, it's the heart of it all. And fantastic stuff there. Carrie is a classic, man. Great 70s horror flick, great flick. And it's movies like this I just look at sometimes. I'm like, why are we remaking things like this? What new story can you tell out of this? Because if you're saying, well, bullying's a big thing now, maybe we can remake it and the younger people can get it. And it's just like, well, why can't you just watch this one? I mean, the theme is still relevant. You know what I mean? You clearly can understand it and stuff. It's just sometimes I'm just like, I don't get it. Why are we making stuff like this? I mean, not that I didn't really care for the remake. It's just very forgettable. But anyways, I don't know, a little tangent there, guys. But I'm going to give Carrie from 1976 a B+. But what about you? What do you think of Carrie? Let me know in the comments. Go down the rabbit hole, check out my other horror reviews I've done, especially this month, because we're tapping into 70s horror. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema. I will see you next time, and I will see you in the movies. Cheers.